Lethargic Squeaky Chair, worst podcast on the internet, podcast.
Yay! What's up? Yay! Energy, energy, energy! Yay! Energy! Hey. Podcast number 3. Podcast number 3. Three of them. Okay. This is the Big Lethargic Shaking Paper Around podcast. Reading embarrassing stories and lyrics of my embarrassing teenage years and high school and music stuff. Worst podcast thing. I need to come up with a title. That's the best I can do. It's Belch in the morning. Okay. This week's podcast. Oh, squeaky chair. Squeaky chair. This week's my chair keeps rolling. This week's podcast is brought to you by RobO'Hara.com. RobO'Hara.com. He's a guy who writes things about stuff. He likes Star Wars. He has 3,000 Commodore 64s. But he's offering a special deal for listeners of this podcast. Go to thegaschamber.robohara.com. thegaschamber.robohara.com. It's a message board. And if you register and make at least 10 posts, you get entered into a drawing. And the winner of this drawing gets a free Bubble Bobble arcade cabinet. Never used. Brand new. Still in the packaging. thegaschamber.robohara.com for all your Bubble Bobble needs. Bubble Bobble. Okay. RobO'Hara.com. Go read that stuff. We're going to start off a little different this week. With a belch. We're going to start off with a story I wrote in English class in April 26, 1993. I got a 22 out of a 25. What a weird grade. And looking through her notes, she gives me 4 minuses. So it should be 21 out of 25, but the English teacher couldn't add. What did I say? I hope I said it right. Did I say 21 out of 25? Hope I did. And then I got penalized for not having a title to this story. But I got no minus. The worst part about this is at this top. At the top, it says, excellent story, read in class. And I probably did. It was probably one of the worst days of my life. So, this story is called Nothing because it doesn't have a title, as I said, but I had a reading class. And as I read this, realize that this story was the one in my class good enough to be read out loud. So just think about how bad the rest of them were. Story time with old JJ. Okay, here we go. I could not believe my eyes. Should I read it like that? That was a terrible voice. I could not believe... How should I read it? I could not believe my eyes. I couldn't... I wonder if I did this in class. Excuse me, class. What voice should I use? I could not believe my eyes when I saw Mr. Tooley running at me with axe in hand. Just a month ago, old man Tooley had been a close friend. Mr. Tooley ran the public library where I had volunteered to work at for the summer. He was the nicest man I knew and was very easy to talk to. But after about 2 weeks of working there, I became suspicious of the old librarian. The papers had been reporting about a sudden rash of children between the ages of 9 and 13 disappearing in and around the library. Seemed like it'd be pretty easy for the cops to stake out the library and figure this out. Nobody ever suspected Tooley of these crimes. They thought that there was a stranger who lived in the area that was committing the crimes. Whatever. But I started to doubt this theory when Mr. Tooley was able to give the police a complete description of the man. Because if there's a killer around the library, why would the librarian see him? A man I had never seen at the library, even though I was at the library just as much as Tooley had been. What? Okay. But I started to doubt this theory, and when Mr. Tooley was able to give the police a complete description of the man, a man I had never seen at the library, even though I was at the library just as much as Tooley had been. That sentence just seems terrible. How'd I pass this? I didn't want to think that Tooley was responsible, but I couldn't help myself, so I began to snoop around the library. This morning, I ventured down into the basement. What I found would haunt me. What I found, I can't read or write. What I found would haunt me for the rest of my life. I found the children alive, packed in wooden crates. Wait a minute. Is this tied to that song I wrote last week about United States wooden crate? No. Call back. Anyway, I found the children alive, packed in wooden crates, ready to be sent away. I hurried upstairs and called the police. While telling the officer what I seen Mr. Tooley... How could she not... My teacher sucked worse than I did, because she should have corrected a lot more than she did. While telling the officer what I seen, Mr. Tooley lunged at me from under the desk with axe in hand. I told the police to hurry and began to run. He chased me through the library for what seemed like hours, swinging the axe at me the entire... Now I'm just making them words. Swinging the axe at me the whole time. I tried to run out of the library, but the glass doors were locked. Desperate, I got a running start and jump through the glass. I got a running start and jump through the glass. Shouldn't it be I got a running start and jumped through the glass? Oh, who knows? I'm not the teacher. I got a running start and jump through the glass, landing on my arm and breaking it. Oh, man. I tried to get up, but I couldn't because I couldn't walk on my broken arm. I tried to get up, but I couldn't. I closed my eyes, and when I opened them up, Thule was standing over me, ready to attack with his axe. I closed my eyes and prayed. Then I heard a gunshot. The police had arrived and shot Mr. Thule just in time. Later, the police found out that Thule was selling children to Mexicans to be put in factories and be put to work. They were glad I stopped him, so was I. But now I hate the library. And the teacher wrote, "Good closing idea." Really? The librarian, with an axe, was selling children to the Mexicans to work in factories. Good idea. Read this in class. Kiss my ass, teacher. Oh, man. Let's just do another story. It's story time, Jason. This one's short. I got a 14 out of a possible 15 points. Says excellent. And once again, she has 2 corrections with 2 minus points. So it should be a 13 out of 15. I don't get it. One of the things they used to make us do was give us like a phrase and say we had to write a story based on what this phrase means. This one was I am become a name. That don't even make no sense to me now. I remember when we used to get these assignments, I would always take these phrases really literally. Oh, literal Jason. Like, we had one that was for, no man is an island. And I wrote about a man on the island. We'll get to that story sometime. That's a good one. But this one is I am become a name. Let's see how I took this one literally. I walked into the Quickie Mart expecting to get some milk. The store was nearly deserted except the clerk, another customer dressed in a long brown trench coat, and myself. I walk to the dairy section to pick up my milk when I hear the commotion up front. I hear a man ask for money. I walk to the front of the store very slowly as not to give my presents away. Misspelled presents. -1 point. I see trenchcoat man holding a shotgun to the clerk. The clerk is a girl no older than 18. The clerk is a girl who is crying. I pull my service revolver and shoot the man 6 times in the back. I sicken myself. 1 bullet would have been enough, but I shot 6. I got -1 for that sentence. I don't even know why. The police come. The reporters come. The people who just to look come. See, I got a -1 for the sentence. I don't even know what's wrong with it. But then I said, the people who just to look come. And no minus. Good job, kid. I leave. The next morning, I read the paper's headline. Off-duty cop, hero. They call me a hero for shooting a man in the back. I blush as I think to myself, I have become a name. Teacher writes, excellent way to include the phrase. Was it? I used to have some imagination, though. I took I Am Become a Name and became a cop and shot a guy at a Quickie Mart. And I passed. Nobody is enjoying this. I'm not even enjoying it. I enjoyed it for the first couple episodes, but now it's getting terrible. Shuffle paper, shuffle paper, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle. Shuffle. There's that good bum song. Okay, let's go get to the lyrics. The lyrics are the... Pick it up, cocksucker. Okay. Let's get to some lyrics. This song is entitled Boredom. Spelled B-O-R-E-D-U-M. Boredom. First verse. Sitting here with nothing to do. Sitting here with all the fools. But I'll get out of here soon. It's sitting here with nothing to do. Sitting here with all the fools. But I'll get out of here soon. I'll break out of here soon. Chorus. It's boring. It's boring. It's boring. Boring. Spelt wrong every time. Guitar solo. It seems pretty early for a guitar solo. Second verse. Load the bullet and cock the gun. Pull the trigger and have some fun. Repeat chorus. It's boring. It's boring. It's boring. Boring. Yep. First verse. Repeat. Sitting here with nothing to do. Sitting here with all the fools. But I'll get out of here soon. I'll break out of here soon. Then it just says in the zone. In the zone. Auto zone. Don't know why I said that. Popped them in my head. Stacking papers. Shuffle the papers. Shuffle the papers. Ooh. These first. Ooh. Hot. First two podcasts, I had trouble keeping it to 30 minutes. This one, I don't know how I'm going to get to 30 minutes. I guess we'll do another song. Shuffle the papers. Oh, good. This one says by me, so I know it's by me. I wrote it. Also, the horrible handwriting. We're Your Future is this song. We're in Your, not written correctly. Neither one. We're Your Future. We're your future. You have no future. We're your future. You have no life. I see you in the corner. You're talking to yourself. With no reply. You make me cry. We're your future. We're your life. We're your future. 'Cause we're the youth. We're the gas for your engine. We're the pedal to your flower. We're the sweet to your sour. We're the water to your faucet. We're the flame to your fire. We're the bullet to your gun. We are the energy to the human machine. I think pretty much all of that was just ripped off from other songs, except the parts that sucked. That was all me. I'm just going to move to the next one. I'm moving right along. This is a good and short. And it says it's by me, so I assume I wrote it. This song is called The Tunnel. The Tunnel. Meet your father. Meet your mother. Meet your maker in the tunnel. See the light in the tunnel. Go toward the light. Meet your maker. Guess where? In the tunnel. Ta-da! Not having fun this week, am I? I know what we need this week. Let's bring back Hamzilla. He's got to go! Go! Whoa! Oh no! Get Tokyo! Go Hamzilla! Oh! This song is called Nashville. It says it's by me, so I assume I wrote it. People criticize the clothes that I wear. People criticize the length of my hair. You may think it's not that fair, but if you ask me, I'll tell you I don't care. So suck it. People try to put me under their foot because I won't go get a supercut. People try to put me under their foot. Don't they realize how much it hurts? That's very hypocritical because I say I don't care. But then I say how much it hurts. I can't think of one instance where anybody criticized my clothes or my hair. It was in the 90s. It wasn't the 60s. People were kind of used to long hair. Oh, here's a flyer for one of my band's shows. It is stupid. My grandfather had a computer with one of them print shop program thingies. So I just picked a picture. And it's a little puppy dog staring at a fire hydrant. And it's got an out of order sign on it. So, he's like, I need a pee. But there's an out of order sign on this fire hydrant. Get it? I get it. And so I printed that and I wrote lethargic above it. And then December 27th, Lucy's Record Shop, 2 p.m., $4. 1707 Church Street, all ages. And nobody showed up. Except my parents. I think my grandma went. And my aunt. Like, who? There's nothing to this. It just says lethargic, and there's a puppy staring at a fire hydrant. Who would go, oh, that must be a band. I should go see them play. The worst part, I remember I printed these out. And I went to every class and asked the teacher if I could hang it up. And I hung it on the doors of my classrooms. Nobody showed up. Here we are, trying to be a punk band. And how does a cool-ass hardcore punk band get people to come to their shows? They asked their teachers so that they could put a picture of a puppy dog on their door. Oh, God. How did we not make it big with this? Oh, boy. Hey, cool kids. Did you see this picture of this dog looking at a fire hydrant? It says out of water on it. This band must be awesome. These guys must be better than Bane Tango. Hit the microphone. Squeaky chair. Squeaky chair. This reminds me of something else. In middle school, Jerry Baxter, for some reason, I, as one of the most unpopular kids in school, decided I should run for student council. I believe I ran for treasurer. Because if there's one thing I knew in 5th grade, it was how to take care of finances. And I remember my posters was a picture of Voltron. Fully formed, not none of that lines crap. Fully formed Voltron. Going, vote for me. And then I had my name on it. Like, even 12-year-old kids would see that and say, why would I vote for Voltron? And I remember I had to stand up in front of the entire school and give my campaign speech. And I was just a typical politician. I was promising all kinds of stuff. I was going to make sure we got more field trips. Get out of school more often. On these field trips I'm going to send everybody on. It's like the student council. The treasurer of the student council was in charge of field trips. You're going to go on a field trip, and you're going to go on a field trip, and you're going to go on a field... Oh. And I can't believe I did that. I mean, just doing it. Why would I run for school council? I couldn't think of anything I'd want to do less. What a nerd. Hey, You're going on a field trip. We're all going on a field trip. We're going to McDonald's. Learn about the history of Ronald McDonald. I'm going to go bowling. Like, why would I have that power? It's like I thought this is how I thought it worked. I'm the treasurer of the school council. So all the school's money is in my hands. I get to do anything I want. We're bringing in the Fat Boys. They're going to perform in the auditorium. Gonna do the big song. My nuts, or whatever the hell they did. I don't know. These nuts. Okay. One more lyric here we're gonna do. One more. One more. One more. Take my time. This is one. This is not lyrics. Well, it is lyrics. This is a poem. This was for school. This was for class. I had to write a poem. So I wrote this poem. It says by me on it. So I assume I wrote it, but I'm pretty sure I'm wrong. This is for school. This is for class. And I did not pass. This got very poor grade. Get an F- in book. This is my failed poem for English class, high school. It is called Flowers of Romance. Now in summer, I could be happy or in distress, depending on the company. I sent you flowers. You wanted chocolates instead. The flowers of romance. The flowers of romance. I got binoculars on top of Box Hill. I could be nearer, but who wants the risk? I'm sick of all these so-called friends. I'll take the furniture, start all over again. The flowers of romance. The flowers of romance. So, big time failure on this poem that me wrote. But me didn't write it. This is the lyrics of an actual song by Public Image Limited, Johnny Rotten's band after the Sex Pistols. I didn't write a word of this. But I wrote it down, and I turned it in and got an F. Oh, I gotta write a poem? I'll just take this PIL song, turn that in. He's artsy. That'll pass. Nope. Nope.